What is up, guys? My name is Dzeeff, and I make Yugioh videos for YouTube. GalacticGod has graciously allowed me to post a video on his channel, and today we're going to be talking about Crystal Beast. Now, I think a lot of people get the wrong idea about this archetype. It's actually not as terrible as people make it out to be. It's just there's a lot of bad players playing it with a lot of really weird builds. So today we're going to be using a Crystal Beast deck that is actually not terrible, and that you could definitely tear up your locals with should you so choose to. So we're playing 3 Crystal Beast Pegasus. It's the only good Crystal Beast monster in the game, so we got to play 3. It's pretty much Pegasus Turbo, as you can imagine. We're also playing 2 Eagle. This card could be a normal monster, wouldn't really matter. It's a level 4 wind though, so that's very nice. We're playing 2 Topaz Tiger. I don't really like this card, but it's a beast, which is going to be coming in handy with a spell card that was introduced in Dragons of Legend. We're also playing 2 Ruby Carbuncle. I hate this card. I think it's terrible. A lot of people disagree with me. I would play 1 if I didn't think I would get so many hate comments on it, but really you should only be playing 1. But we're playing 2 to satisfy you guys. But Carbuncle is really terrible, and I don't know why people like it. Anyway, we're playing 2 Summoner Monk. This gets to our Pegasus really early on and sets up plays. The 0 card economy trade you make for discarding a spell to bring up Pegasus actually turns into a +1 when you crystallize a monster. And then something that a lot of people disagree with, but it's amazing, is 3 Fire Hand and 3 Ice Hand. These are pretty much the best generic level 4s printed right now, so I'm not sure why you wouldn't play them in like everything. But for here, they get rid of back row for us, so we don't have to play crappy cards like Trap Stun or MST. Also, they allow you to have normal summons that are actually good and do things when you can't get to Pegasus or Summoner Monk. Like I said, Topaz Tiger and Cobalt Eagle are basically normal monsters. Ruby Carbuncle is essentially as useful as drawing Rank of Magic the 7th one in your opening hand, so yeah, it's just kind of bad. So luckily we're playing other good level 4s. We're also going to be playing 3 Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. This card has 5 different effects, but I'm going to tell you the 2 most important ones. The most important ones are when you have 4 crystallized monsters, you get to draw a card during your main phase. When you have 5, you get to special summon a crystallized monster from your spell and trap card zone. Very good from getting Carbuncle from your spell and trap card zone. But also if you draw like multiples and you have 4, you can like activate 1, draw a card, activate another one, draw a card, and then do shenanigans. And this deck is all about the good old shenanigans. We're also playing 3 Crystal Beacon. A lot of people see this card very linearly. It's not how you pronounce that word, but we're going to go with it anyways. A lot of people see this card only get at Ruby Carbuncle, and that's not how I see it. We're only playing 2 Carbuncle, so obviously the last one is definitely not going to get it. But if you're like me, you always open up at least 1 Carbuncle. So 2 of them are going to be used to get out something else, usually a Pegasus. If you get out a Pegasus, it's actually a +1. That's very nice, and a lot of people forget that. So Crystal Beacon is basically your E-Telly, if you will. We're also playing 3 Crystal Promise. These are like Monster Reborns, but they're free. I don't know why I said that. Monster Reborn is actually free, so joke's on me. But you can bring back stuff like Carbuncle and Pegasus with this, so it's very nice. The one tech pick I'm playing is a single Crystal Blessing. You can crystallize 2 Crystal Beast monsters in your graveyard. It's kind of useful late game. It gives the deck a little bit more longevity. We're also playing 1 Terraforming. Terraforming is cool because Rainbow Ruins is really important to the strategy for letting you gain card advantage, so I like the 1 Terraforming, and if you don't like it, you can discard it for Summoner Monk. We're also playing 3 Pot of Duality. Duality is good because, like I said, you want to get your Pegasus as early as possible, and if you draw too many of these, you can just discard them in Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk's really cool that way. If you open up multiples of bad cards, you can just get rid of them and exchange them for good cards. Then we're also playing 1 Pot of Dichotomy. I don't really like multiples of this card in here, but it is good at 1, especially when you activate it during the same turn you Soul Charge. But this can recharge stuff like Carbuncle back into your deck, Fire and Ice Hand. You don't want to really recharge Pegasus, but maybe Cobalt Eagle if you don't want to draw it. Also, Summoner Monk is useful. We're also playing 3 cards that are called Ares Rock Sunrise. If you don't know what these do, they are actually Monster Reborns for Beast types. So that's Pegasus and Topaz Tiger. This is actually the only reason we're playing Topaz Tiger. And then your opponent's monsters all lose like 100 attack or something, like 100 attack for every beast monster in your graveyard, which is going to be cool for an XYZ monster that we're going to be playing in a second. But basically, it's Monster Reborn. This deck has lots of those. And then we're playing 2 Soul Charge. Once again, basically just to bring back 1 card. You really only need to bring back Carbuncle from your graveyard, and that's all that you need to set off Soul Charge. But you can alternatively bring back a couple monsters if you feel like it. Soul Charge is really good in this deck, so yeah. I'm also playing 2 Breakthrough Skill. Abyss Dweller kind of hurts this deck. It doesn't really hurt the Crystal Beast, but it hurts the whatchamacallit, hands, and the hands are important. So we are playing the 2 Breakthrough Skill because we don't like Dweller, we don't like Gaios, we don't like Dracosack, we don't like stuff that can't be destroyed. So we are playing Breakthrough Skills. And the last card in the deck is Torrential Tribute. You can pretty much play whichever one of trap you want here. Warning's also a good choice, as is Compulse, as is Bottomless. But I like Torrential because it sets off your Crystal Beast monsters. So that's why we're playing that. For the extra deck, we're playing 2 Lightning Chidori. Chidori is very cool. Whenever it's XYZ summoned, you return a set card your opponent controls to the bottom of their deck, and then you can attach one to return a monster they control to the top of the deck. So it's very nice. Although the only non-nice part is we have mismatching rarities, which is disgusting. Moving on, though, we are playing 2 101. Crystal Beasts are very good at making rank 4s, and the 2 101 I feel is very needed. We're also playing 1 Exciton Knight, which is very cool because you can pop your own monsters and set them in your back row, so you don't actually end up minusing yourself in the end. I'm playing 1 Photon Operative because I like this card. If your opponent tries to sit on something stupid, you can just keep Papal Operative in it to attack mode. Is that even a word? No, it's not. 1 Dagistar Emerald to recycle stuff back to your deck. This Ragna Zero card is really good with Ares Rock Sunrise. You can Ares Rock Sunrise like a Pegasus back, lower your opponent's monster's attacks by a couple hundred. Ragna Zero, pop it, and then draw a card. So it's very nice. I usually go into this after Soul Charge 2, so you have some kind of defense. This guy, a lot of people don't know what he does. You can detach 2 monsters to banish 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard. So Screw Dragon Rulers and Screw Regions. Pretty cool. Dweller is obviously very staple. So is Black Ship. Cowboy for those crazy moments when you need to do that last 800. Diamond Direwolf to get over problematic monsters. A lot of people think Diamond Direwolf is like the best rank 4 this deck can make because you can pop Crystal Beast monsters and they go to spawn trap card zone. But the problem is they don't really do anything for you there. Diamond Direwolf is much better in decks like Fire Kings where it can pop Barong and actually do things. When you pop your Crystal Beast, it's not really... I mean, you're technically not minusing, but it's not like the greatest thing in the world, so I don't know. It's not as great if people make it out to be. I'm playing 1 Heartland Draco. This card's very good in Crystal Beasts because your opponent can't attack it when you control face-up spell cards. And joke's on them because Crystal Beasts are in fact face-up spell cards despite not being Pendulum monsters. And lastly, you're going to play 1 rank 3. I chose Mech-equipped Engineer for protecting Lightning Chidori, as well as 101, as well as Ragna Zero, as well as Daggers for Emerald, basically just to keep one of your monsters on the field for one more turn than it normally could be. I also was playing Alucard if you want to. You can also play Levier is a good choice, but Mech-equipped Engineer for this particular build. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want to check out my channel, GalacticGod will post it in the description below, hopefully if he's a super nice guy. And I will see you later. Goodbye.